Welcome, lore enthusiasts. I'm your host, Henry Alex Stories, and welcome to Stories of the Scrolls. Today, we will discover the story of Dovahzull. Dovahzull, better known as Dragon Language or the Dragon's Tongue, is the language that dragons speak. But also, some humans are capable of the Dragon Language, meaning the Greybeards and the Dragonborn himself. The best known example of Dovahzull is shouting, a magical way of speech used for combat or influence over the world. Kind of like the skills of destruction and alteration that the mages amongst us might be familiar with. Dragons are able to shout from birth, since it's an inborn ability into their souls. Same goes for the Dragonborn, but the process of learning for mortals is long and intensive. Only through meditating on so-called words of power is the only way for mortals to learn the Thu'um, better known as shouting. Now I've talked about the Thu'um, let's talk about the actual language and grammar. Granted, we don't know everything about Dovahzull. Most of us know that Dovahzull is used for shouts and that the words of power are used to form the shouts. There is a whole alphabet for it, and even grammar rules. First off, the grammar is the same as English. The difference being that the language has no concept of time, so when talking about an event, it's not instantly clear if it's past, present, or future. For pluralization of words, an E is placed after the word. For example, grohik, which means wolf, pluralized is grohike, so wolves. Known words, most of which we likely remember from talking to Pathinax, are words like Dova and Dovahkeen, of course, and Drem, which means patience. And also Kel, the word for an Elder Scroll. Pathinax also uses a 3-word phrase, Dremyolok, as a greeting. The phrase translates to patience, fire, sky. Also, words are combined to form new words. For example, moon and eclipse are not present in the vocabulary, but crane, sun, and volume, night, are. The word is based on which of the words is the first, because the first word is prominent. If one were to say volunkrain, the prominent word would be night, so volume. The secondary is krain, sun, and there would be moon, a light in the night. Vice versa with krain volume, as sun is prominent and night is secondary. If krain volume, sun is prominent and night is secondary, so there would be an eclipse, or darkness where sun is. Circling back to shouts, a shout is usually made up of 3 words of power. Unrelenting force, fus ro da, force, balance, push being the most well known. Other shouts, such as fire breath, frost breath, and aura whisper, are 3-word shouts. Aura whisper is las yanir, seek, life, hunt. Fire breath is yol torshul, fire, inferno, sun. And frost breath is fo gradin, frost, cold, freeze. As you can see, these shouts and the words of power are self-explanatory, especially when you see the translations. Also, these words of power are used in combat between dragons. As you can see in the loading screens of Skyrim, a battle between dragons is actually a deadly verbal debate, since they speak in their ancient tongues, but then using the words of power for combat. Something interesting though is that Mirak, the first Dragonborn, uses a 4-worded shout in combat, Zelos Didu, which translates to Spirit is mine, devour, with the name of a dragon being said before. So if we were to say Odaving, Zelos Didu, would translate in English as Odaving, your soul is mine to devour. Basically the same as absorbing a dragon's soul. More words in Dovahzull can be found on dragon priests, more precisely their masks. The mask has a name one of the dragon priest embraces after becoming the undead liches that they are, and the names are given by the dragons, so they are in Dovahzull. For example, Croesus translates to sorrow, and Volune translates to darkness. Now let's say you hear something said in Dovahzull and you want to know what it is. How do you translate Dovahzull to English? Well, for that we have Thum.org, a website dedicated to all things Dovahzull, including a translator, the full alphabet, and a dictionary filled with all known words in Dovahzull from A to Z. That was the story of Dovahzull, the dragon language. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, a like on the video would be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more stories, and let me know in the comment a topic you would like to learn or hear about. Farewell, lore enthusiasts, until we meet again.